Relationships can be incredibly fulfilling, but they can also be dangerous when we ignore the warning signs. While relationships should be built on mutual respect, trust, and healthy communication, some behaviors indicate that someone may not be good for your well-being. Today we're diving into 10 serious red flags you should never ignore. Things she might say that signal it's time to walk away, fast. These are the biggest warning signs that always lead to problems down the road, and it's better to cut them off now before you start thinking they're normal. Let's get into it. Number 1. You're too sensitive. When someone constantly dismisses your feelings by saying you're too sensitive, it's a massive red flag. Emotional invalidation is toxic. A healthy partner acknowledges your emotions and tries to understand them. But if she tells you that you're too sensitive, she's probably deflecting responsibility and avoiding accountability for how her actions might be affecting you. Think about it. In a healthy relationship, both people need to feel heard and understood. If she's brushing off your emotions or making you feel like you're the problem, that's emotional manipulation. Don't ignore this one. If she's consistently making you feel like your emotions don't matter, it's time to walk away. Having your feelings dismissed is painful, but it's just the beginning of a larger pattern of behavior you shouldn't ignore. Another glaring red flag is when someone constantly blames all of their exes for being crazy. Number 2. All my exes were crazy. We've all heard this one before, right? But be careful when someone frequently says that all their exes were crazy. What she might be doing here is refusing to take responsibility for her role in the failure of those past relationships. If she labels every ex as crazy, it's more likely a reflection of her own inability to accept accountability. Sure, we all have bad relationships from time to time, but if she's the common denominator and she's not willing to examine her own behavior, that's a red flag. It could mean she's likely to repeat those same toxic patterns with you. Now, before I get into the third thing that should make you leave immediately, I need you to hit that subscribe button for more relationship tips and advice. Number 3. If you really loved me, you would. This is textbook emotional manipulation. If someone is using love as a tool to get you to do what they want, they're not valuing you as an equal partner. Statements like, if you really loved me, you'd do this or that, are designed to control you and make you question your own worth. True love isn't transactional. If she's using this tactic, it means she's manipulating your emotions to get what she wants. You should never have to prove your love by compromising your boundaries or values. Healthy relationships are built on mutual respect, not on emotional blackmail. Emotional manipulation can come in many forms, and using love as leverage is just one of them. But it doesn't stop there. Another clear warning sign is when someone tries to control who you can or can't spend time with. Number 4. You're not allowed to hang out with them anymore. Isolation is a classic sign of emotional abuse. If she starts telling you who you can or can't see, whether it's friends, family, or coworkers, that's a huge red flag. This kind of behavior is all about control. She's trying to cut you off from your support system, and that's a dangerous place to be. Healthy relationships involve trust. If she's constantly questioning your relationships or making you choose between her and other important people in your life, it's time to reevaluate the relationship. This kind of control only gets worse with time. Isolating you from your support system is one way to gain control, but another tactic often used is to attack your self-worth directly. If she starts saying things like, "You're lucky I'm with you," she's not just controlling your relationships, she's trying to undermine your confidence and sense of self. Number 5. You're lucky I'm with you. No one else would put up with you. This one is brutal, but it's a common tactic used to chip away at your self-esteem. If she tells you that you're lucky to have her because no one else would want you, she's trying to make you feel like you have no other options. It's a way of keeping you dependent on her and making you believe you're not worthy of a healthier relationship. No one should ever make you feel like you're unlovable or undeserving of respect. This kind of comment is meant to break down your self-worth and make you doubt yourself. It's a massive red flag, and you need to recognize it for what it is: emotional abuse. Undermining your self-worth is one tactic to keep you feeling trapped, but the manipulation can escalate even further. If she starts threatening to hurt herself if you leave, it's not just about making you feel unworthy, it's about holding you emotionally hostage. Number 6. If you leave me, I'll hurt myself. This one is extremely manipulative and can be frightening. If she threatens to harm herself as a way to keep you in the relationship, that's a sign of deep emotional instability and manipulation. While it's important to take her words seriously, it's also crucial to recognize that you are not responsible for her mental health. This is a manipulative tactic to trap you in the relationship by playing on your emotions. If you ever hear this, it's important to involve a mental health professional. But you also need to protect yourself. You can't be held emotionally hostage by someone else's threats. Using threats to keep you in the relationship is a deeply manipulative tactic. But another common form of emotional abuse is shifting blame. If she frequently openly tells you it's all your fault, she's not just avoiding accountability, she's trying to make you question your own perception of reality. Number 7, it's all your fault. We've all been in arguments, but in a healthy relationship, both people take responsibility for their actions. If she constantly shifts the blame to you, regardless of the situation, that's a red flag. When she says things like, it's all your fault, she's refusing to take any accountability for her actions or the role she plays in the issues you're facing as a couple. This is a form of gaslighting. A relationship is a two-way street, and if she's always playing the victim, it's time to reevaluate whether this is a healthy partnership. Shifting blame and refusing to take responsibility is one way to dismiss your feelings, but a lack of compromise is another. When she openly tells you, I don't care what you want, she's making it clear that your needs and desires have no place in the relationship. Number 8, I don't care what you want. Relationships are about compromise. Both partners should feel valued, heard, and respected. If she tells you she doesn't care about what you want, she's essentially telling you that your needs don't matter. This can manifest in different ways, whether it's about life decisions, relationship dynamics, or even smaller things like how you spend your time together. If she's showing you a lack of respect and consideration for your desires, it's a clear sign that this relationship is one-sided. Disregarding your needs is a clear sign of a one-sided relationship, but it can go even further when someone tries to make you feel indebted. If she starts saying, you owe me, she's using guilt as a tool to control and manipulate you. Number 9, you owe me. This is another manipulative tactic used to control you, whether it's because of favors, financial support, or anything else. If she says you owe her, she's using guilt to maintain power over you. Healthy relationships are not built on debts or keeping score. If she's constantly reminding you of things she's done for you to manipulate you into doing what she wants, it's a form of emotional blackmail. A relationship should be based on mutual care and support, not on making one person feel obligated or trapped. Manipulating you through guilt is one way to maintain control, but shifting blame is another tactic used to avoid responsibility. If she says, I only did it because you made me, she's deflecting accountability and trying to make you feel at fault for her own actions. Number 10, I only did it because you made me. This is a huge red flag. If she's blaming her bad behavior on you, it's a sign of manipulation and a refusal to take responsibility for her actions. Whether it's cheating, lying, or anything else, she's shifting the blame to avoid being accountable for what she did. This kind of behavior can lead to gaslighting, where you start to question your own reality and whether or not you're responsible for things that aren't your fault. It's toxic, and if she can't take ownership of her actions, the relationship will never be healthy. Don't ignore these red flags. Trust your gut, and don't let anyone make you feel less than you deserve. If you've experienced any of these, share your story in the comments. If you liked this video, you need to watch this one. 10 secrets you can implement today to make any woman chase you. Thanks for watching, and remember, self-respect always comes first.